Good morning. We'll be starting a pre-market reports session that will be some days short at night and some days short in the morning, like today, depending on how the news flow is going. Right now, it would be better to shoot in the morning because put in every day changes the news cycle. So first, we will look at what's the news which came overnight, and basically it stayed the same that Putin has put Russia on nuclear alert, which has driven the West mad. And basically, due to that, West has increased its sanctions on Russia, including blocking some banks from the SWIFT international payment system. And the same news as last night, the representatives from the Ukraine and Russian governments have agreed to meet at the Ukrainian-Belarus border. However, there is one positive news that has come in. The Federal Reserve is likely to make an announcement on liquidity swaps before the American markets open. Basically, what the swap lines are, they're designed to improve the liquidity conditions in the dollar funding markets for the US and also for foreign central banks. So basically, if that is done, it will be very beneficial to all the global markets as it will bring back free money. But if it's not done, then we'll be stuck in the same rut. Now, coming to today's levels, when we look at the Nifty and Bank Nifty, I've only kept the simple moving averages. I've removed my indicators for I don't want them plagiarized the thing. Now, yes, when looking at on the intraday time scale at what is happening to the Nifty and Bank Nifty, we can say on Friday the Bank Nifty has reached its change of polarity resistance level, where former support has come new resistance, and Nifty is also approaching that level. This is based on simple candles. Nifty future has it at 16,854, which is 16,900 technically in options, and Bank Nifty has it at 36,634, which is basically you can say 36,600. Uh, and due to that, on the candle front, that is the resistance level to watch if it breaks. Now, when we look at how the indexes are performing overnight, and we open something like the XGX Nifty, we see that the SGX Nifty has erased most of its gains and has basic, basically had a strong rejection from the 200-day moving average, and it's come down. Now, the big question is that most are expecting a big gap up. That is out of the question now due to the candle formation here. And if we look at the American indexes the futures have all taken a downward turn. Now coming to the intraday levels, what I expect for the Nifty and Bank Nifty, if we look at it, the second, so the other screen, the Nifty will have a strong resistance zone if it breaks the change of polarity for basically at 16,950. So you can say if it breaks the 16,850, then it can move up to 16,950, but that will be a very tough zone for the index to break. By chance, if it does break it, then 17,150 is the next target. I do not expect it to break 17,150 anytime soon. And now, when we come to the supports, basically, if we were to have a sharp downturn today, the support range I'll be watching is between 16,330 and 16,400, as that is basically a strong support. But before that, there is a support at 16,520, but that is not very tough. It is basically just more of a candle support and not a quant support zone. When we go to the Bank Nifty, the basically Bank Nifty, if it breaks its change of polarity resistance at 36,640, you say, for example, then it's going to be going into a lot of resistance between 37,061 and 37,150. There's going to be a major resistance zone for the Bank Nifty. If it clears that, then it's got a clear shot up till 37,800. There's nothing that will stop it from reaching that zone. However, if it fails to do so, then Bank Nifty has the same dilemma. The initial support I'll be looking at is 36,000. If it breaks that support, then we're heading down towards 35,550 to 35,600. So basically, that's all we can say for the pre-market report. As currently, the Indian market is being traded more by the news about Putin and how the local news channels the news feed, because we've seen it last week that whenever the index started rising more out of the box range, CNBC would put Putin is attacking. And as soon as it starts declining, they say Putin is no more attacking. So let's see if that drama continues this week. Well, most likely it will. And coming to the options to choose, I would suggest everyone stick to monthly options, as this is going to be again very volatile like last week. And anyone who's trading weekly options will lose a lot of money, most likely, if they're wrong, or even if they just go stagnant. So it's better to stick to monthly options of March than go and burn your hands with the weekly options. Thank you, and do subscribe to the channel so we can keep creating this type of content. Thanks.